Good day, you gorgeous bastards. Welcome back. Glad you made it. It's another So-So production on a Wednesday, October the 5th, 2022. Kicking it with the crew. Hope you're all doing well wherever you are. Go ahead and hit those like buttons. Follow me on Instagram. Subscribe on YouTube. It'll help your boy. It'll help the algorithm. It'll help you. Check out patreon.com/RobSadri if you'd like to fiscally support the show and see it grow right before your eyes. Do it right now. Talk about it. Let's get into it. We're going to have some fun today. If you're just joining me today, if it's your first time, buckle up, buckle down. If you've been a long time viewer and listener, thank you very much for all the love and support. Giving it right back at you, right there. Heart to heart, baby. Heart to heart, fart to fart. I got you and you got me. Thank you very much. Babies. You know what I mean? When it comes to babies and having access to tits and free milk, what's up with that? You know what I mean? It's like they're having their tit and they're drinking their milk too. And all the while, we could be charging them. And you're like, oh, but they're just babies, you know? Soft, dude, that's soft. If a baby can get tits and milk, I don't see why, for free? Barely contributing to society for free? What are we doing here? That's just babies and tits, dude. And milk. Nutrition, that's what we're talking about. Not really. You know, we'll see how it goes. Today's gonna be an extra loose day. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Not gonna lie to you. I never do. Unless we're creating stories, in which case a whole lot depends on the imagination and creating stories, more or less true stories. Try to stick to when it comes to truth, though. When it comes to matters of the truth, we'll keep it 150. When it comes to man, are we at times creating stories because we're a storytelling and comedy podcast? Yes, that's what we do. That's what we do. Ever ask yourself, man, I'm gonna be having a baby and I'm just not looking forward to the baby coming in and just being a complete bummer and a downer on my circumstances and my situation. Let's say you like to have a smoke and your baby's just going to be coming in there and cramping your style and you're worried about it. You're like, do I have to adjust my schedule, my lifestyle to accommodate this baby? No more, ladies and gentlemen. It's over. Say goodbye to the babies of the past. Pink-lunged, healthy babies who are weak. Oh, roll down a window, Dad. I can't breathe in this car. They'll say something like that. Or they'll like, weak. No more. Introducing the all new babies of the 2020s. We're going to be creating new babies, smoked babies. How do you avoid getting a lame baby who's going to be complaining about a little bit of smoke? If you didn't want the smoke, if you didn't want that heat, why'd you even show up to the dance, baby? You know what I'm saying? That's what we do around here. Put them in a lab, carton after carton of cigarette smoke. That way they'll, hopefully a good 2 years. 2 years, they'll build a nice habit, nice, smooth, raspy voiced babies, dude. Tired, oh, get over it already. Don't see the rest of us crying for tits and milk, right? And that's what it is. They'll come, they'll be accustomed to it, they'll have a conversation, they'll hold up a conversation, and they'll be relaxed, they'll be chill. Not like soft babies who are complaining, who might be complaining. They're not complaining, but you know what I mean. They're just like, oh, what is this? And I can assure you that we're guaranteeing that we will build the strongest of babies, the more resilient, again, raspy voice babies. That's what we're going for. Raspy voice babies for raspy voice adults. Because it's like babies got like, some people are like, man, these kids in the choir have got angelic voices. But how about a kid that's like raspy voiced and you're like, man, what is that? That's that raspy voice. It's, oh man. Raspiness right in the voice, dude. You want it. The babies want it. And you don't want to have to change your lifestyle, so you want it. Essentially, that's what that is, baby. We're doing it. We're doing it. It's Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Facts. Facts. When you were born, your mom, prior to you being born, much tighter. Facts. That's fact number 436. Remember that. Before birth, your mom was tighter. Fact number 572. On day of birth, on your birthday, your mom probably had a hairy vag. Facts. Because how's she going to get into the shaving of the whole vag when she's ballooned up like a big old balloon, like a big mama bear? She can't get, because that's what it is. Got those chubby arms now, got those chubby fingers with the big belly. Can't shave the vag. On your birthday, mama had a hairy vag. Guarantee it. 9 out of 10 moms. Hairy vag. And your dad was probably happy about it, I'll tell you that. Straight up, your dad was probably happy about it. It wasn't like the aesthetic, good-looking amount of bush. It was like unattended for weeks. And that's the way you like to go into the operation room for delivery day, because you don't want some rando doctor looking at that clean vag. You want that, you want a little bit of like, you know, no trespassing sort of sitch, like, oh man, what is this? Let's just deliver this baby in and out. Next patient, please. That was your mom. And that was your dad. And here you are, here I am, together, we're doing it. You know, but that's, unless your dad shaved your mom for the delivery, which I don't know why they would. You know, why would you want your wife's vag to be immaculate when giving birth, when it could be distorted? What am I even looking at? What is that? It's like one of those splatter paintings. It's open interpretation. Is it a vag? Is it a jungle? I don't know, but I don't want to know. Is what you want the doctor to be thinking. Because you don't want a doctor to look at it and be like, nice vag, dude, nice shaved, clean vag, lady. Unless I was, if I was a doctor though, I'd tell you, like, you do want to be. I don't think you want to be telling people they have nice vag. You don't want to tell people they got ugly vages. That's for sure. And again, if men gave birth, we would have had this conversation in reverses, but men don't give birth, so that's what it is. Ideally, you want a doctor that's not concentrating on the aesthetics of the vag, more or less concentrated on the receiving of the baby. A receiver is really what you're looking for. Preferably a gay male receiver. If they're going to be a doctor, you'd prefer them to be gay. Or female, just to make it. Baby delivery doctors and also gynecologists should all be either gay, or my first choice would be straight up female to female when it comes to birthing and anything gynecologist related. But that's just me. That's just, you know, call me sensible. That's, you're like, what if the doctor's a lesbian? What about them? What about then? What about it? What about if she's a lesbian? That's cool. That's fine. I like lesbians, love lesbians, support lesbians all day, every day. Just look at my Pornhub search history. You know what I mean? It's there, look it up. But actually, if I'm being completely honest, Pornhub, I don't know what's going on with you guys, but the search button, the magnifying glass which allows you to go and hit the search button so that you can get specific with your categories, is no longer working for me, and I've had to, for the past several months, had to resort to random websites, other websites that I'm not familiar with. Because once you find a website for your porn consumption, it's like, you know, it's like, oh, I know where I'm going. I know where I'm going. You know, it's not. I'm looking for the McDonald's of porn sites. I'm not looking for grade A. I'm not gonna pay for it because it's like literally free these days. So much of it. At the same time, I know what I'm getting. This is like we're just, you know, it's what I don't want to. Yeah, but now I'm off to other sites and it's like, oh, just, I don't know, I'm not happy with it. But, you know, it could be worse, dude. It could be back in the day where you had to fucking download and get a virus on your computer, which sucked, totally sucked, and then you had to just pretend that you don't know nothing about it when there's clearly family members asking, oh, what is this? Why are there so many pop-ups on my computer? I don't know, man. Beats me. Not good with computers. You know, I hate viruses. Not good with computers. Don't like viruses either. And viruses for this guy, no bueno. No thank you. Man, good times. Good times. When I used to download music on Napster. And also porn. Good times. Good times. Viruses. Don't miss them, but it was a thing of the past. Yeah. Kids these days, young adults these days, you know, kids who've grown up into adults these days. They don't know about the struggle is real, dude. Struggle is real, fam. Trying to get trying to pin the blame on somebody else or just a generic computer mishap when you know full well it was you that brought on the virus onto the computer via them downloads. But man, it's just like back in the day. It was like, oh, I don't know how it got here. Oh, computers, viruses. It's me. It must be the music. Man, your music has a lot of nudes popping up. What is the correlation between downloading music and getting porn viruses on your computer? No clue. Don't have any idea how computers work, but it's my story. I'm sticking to it. I was just downloading music. Yeah. But that was just one conversation. Really, you get the hang of it as you mature. And with the help of technology, just accessibility becomes much more closer and within reach, if I may conclude on that note. But you know what I'm talking about. Pornhub fixed that magnifying glass because, frankly, I once I like something, I know it's like my thing. I go there, it's. But now I'm drawn to all these other websites, which is like, oh man, no bueno, no good. Putting that out there, and that's the power of the mind, man. Changing the world together. Because I can't be on random files where I don't know what's going on. What is this whole new category? What is just, oh no. I likes what I likes, and change is difficult sometimes, but we can all change. Do you have some change? If this guy's got some change, and I've got some change, and if some more people had some change on them, we'd be back to coins and money, tangible physical money, if everybody had a little bit more change. Famous movie about coinage. You guys remember that movie about coin and change? How one man's journey took him on all around the world to seek change. Cha-ching, cha-ching are the voices he'd hear at night when looking into the mirror and practicing coinage in the mirror. And he had a picture of the coin pinned to the corner of a mirror, so he can look at the coin and be like, oh, that's the type of change I want to see in the world. More of that, please. Good times. Good times. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, time to get silly with it, time to get loose with it. I'm thinking, just gonna go out with this, just gonna lay it out on the table, see where it takes us. I'm thinking, let's break into a character if we can. Let's break into a character story if we can right now. I'm thinking a fella from the future who has a bionic arm. We'll get into how he lost that arm, but he now has a bionic arm, and he is also a pool hustler, but with a bionic arm. The resting arm is bionic. The motion arm is still biological arm. But the resting arm is bionic. And let's give a little bit of a backstory. How did this man, what is his mission? What is his story? How did he get started? Okay, this guy is just, we're talking the movie, it's a comedy movie, it's a comedy sketch, it's a man with an arm. I'm the man with the arm, with the bionic arm. Okay, you're the man with the bionic arm. One bionic arm. You lost it. I lost my arm I am a pool hustler. And I've traveled the world hustling and pooling, which consists of what? Break it down. Let's break down this character's character traits. Hustler, meaning what? Just hustling back and forth from this place to that place, shaking and baking, surfing and turfing. Holy guacamole. All over the place. Hustling and pooling. What is pooling? Pooling is an ancient sport consisting of a rod of sorts, a long shaft of sorts, if you will, and it consists of a table and some balls. Just a fellow with a dream comprised of rods, tables, and balls. And this fella was a street kid. That's right, he was a street kid. An orphan. Let's make it, yeah. An orphan baby. With a good mild case of street rabies. That's right, where do you acquire the rabies? Some wild half cat, half raccoon. Raccoon. Cat raccoon. Cataroon. Cat raccoon. Katoon, baby. That's right. A bunch of katoons. Rabbit katoons. And you don't see too many of those these days. Almost extinct. But these katoons, half cat, half raccoons, or racats. Raccoons? Katoons, dude. Katoons, and I'm sticking to it. Rabbit katoons bite off his... Let's just, you know what? No, let's... How he loses his arm is going to be completely different than the... But he does have a... Okay, let's do this. He also had... He had a early run-in with the katoons. 5-6 katoons. Whole sitch. Half rabied baby. Throughout high school, teenage years. You know, let's say he's got half rabies. A little bit of just, you know... doesn't quite fit in. And that's okay. That's okay, nothing but a mild case of katoons and rabies. But he overcomes that and he starts to blossom in his early 20s and what have you, like any man would do, right? And he's blossoming and he's like mid-20s or something. And one day he picks up the... Man, how does he pick up his... I know this story. This story is our story. He picks up pooling and hustling through... Tell you what, he got shipped overseas. There it is. He got shipped to, where, you ask? You know that's part of the story. He gets shipped overseas, first of all. That is not to be taken lightly. That is not underseas. That is not through seas. I'm talking overseas, dude. So wherever there is water, I'm over it. That's what it is. Overseas. Another country, another region. I don't want to name the region, to be honest. I don't want to name the country either, because it could be mysterious like that. I'm talking, you'll see me going through shanty towns, and also maybe a little bit of what is this? Is it like are we in Morocco? Is this like a Moroccan little bazaar that like we're shopping through? And also, yes, it's in Morocco. No, it's in I said I didn't want to name the region. That's right. And you don't know. Maybe it is Morocco. Maybe it isn't. The point is that it's mysterious. It's a little bit... Let's go with it. It's Oriental. It's an Oriental place. And you know what that means. I barely even know what that means. I think it's just like a made-up word. But it sounds nice. But aren't all words made up? I suppose they are. I suppose you got to... Are words made up, or are they to be discovered? Like math. Who knows? But we're Oriental. No, he's not Oriental. The region he's visiting has traits, hints of the Orient. Mysterious, full of allure, full of... Oh, what is that? A little bit of just smoke coming out of a little... What is that? You look to the corner, there's a man with a pipe. And it's like, he's just like, oh, he's piping and he's bagging. He's bagpiping. And that's like Scottish shit, so that's not Oriental, but there is similar... You go off to some regions, man, you'd notice people be sharing, like, they'll have similar instruments, using sheepskin and pipes and just, bagpiping it, but like not Scottish. Oriental bagpipes. Fucking A. It's a thing. Look it up. Facts. So, He's coming across all sorts of different cats in this mysterious place that is overseas that we've already covered. Yes. And one day, the sun is setting. The sun is setting. Everything's, the locals are out there around the city square having sips of coffee and um, thick coffee, dude. This place, it's a magical place, and the people drink the thickest coffee, dude. Sometimes the coffee drinks the people. It's so thick. It is a cup of coffee drinking loads of people, and it's the fucking Orient, dude. You don't know. You've never been to this place. This place doesn't even have a map. The way you'd find this place is just word of mouth. It's just word of mouth. Does it even exist? I don't know. I don't know. Are we about to get loco in this bitch? Maybe we will. Maybe we won't. But I'm not gonna just disclose the location of this mysterious land so that any other, local, you know, insta-ho can just go there and be like, oh, me in this place. Oh, let me, or flex in your muscles. Me in this place. I'm not gonna do it to that place, dude. That place is, okay, you can go. It's a nice place. It's a nice place, not gonna lie. The comedy movie, the comedy sketch really made it like put it on the map, because there were no maps. There were some maps, but this place was not on the map. We put it on the map. I put it on the map. Okay, the place was on the map. Aside the point. Mysterious men and women with pipes. I'm talking thick coffee, just thick coffee, dude. Tiny cups, but thick. You try to, oh man, there have been numerous accounts of locals and newcomers to this region who have suffered from hernia, minor to medium range hernia, pink eye. Yes. You're like, how? Drinking thick coffee, how does it lead to pink eye? Well, let me tell you something, sir, madam. You need to be observant. And when you're out on them streets in this mysterious land and you're just drinking thick coffee and you're out in the elements and it feels a little bit bohemian. What is this? Oh, it was a place that authors used to visit, and and also all sorts of other artists and painters, and it's got this bohemian anything. This place is as beautiful as it is a cesspool. It's a cesspool of diseases, and that's part of fun too. So if you're paying attention, you're like, man, I kind of have a feeling where this place is. Let me just, it's further east, definitely further east and south. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, and X marks the spot. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna ruin this so that everybody can just go up there and be like, oh, bless you. No, bless you, you son of a bitch. Bless you. I'm already blessed. Thank you. I'm already blessed. Thank you. But bless you, lady. Thank you for looking out. Man, superstitious much? Bless you. Bless you. Anyway, let's not get sidetracked. This fella is in the Orient, and the sun is setting, smoke everywhere. Already put the rabies years behind him, dealt with a little bit of pink eye, no big deal, thank you very much. Local ointments available in mysterious little baskets by the gentleman with the fiddle and the snake. But that's aside the point. This young man, me, I was there. Yes, I'm the main character of the story. As I'm going in this Oriental place, mysterious place, there's a coffee shop, and but it's also serving booze, and it's close to like 6-7 in the afternoon, and the sun is already setting, and everybody's a little bit sedated from all the good, there's everything going on in the background. Opium dens, regular dens, dude, dens. There's regular dens. Cray, regular dens, and then all of a sudden around 5, 6, 7 in the evening, three and a half, yeah, 3.5 fellas roll out of this coffee shop / hookah bar / moonshine serving coffee place shop. Yes, Okay, so they come out all, they're hopped up on all sorts of concoctions and narcotics, and they're all just buzzing and they're all litty, and they come, and I'm there with my, with my dreams in a backpack, and a backpack filled with balls, a rod, and a dream of a table, so that I could spill my balls and use my rod on just a rod and my rod and my balls on a table. That's the dream. And I'm like, man, and these guys bump into me, right? They bump into me, and man, I can't. The color of the sky, I could still remember it like it was yesterday. It's like, or the day before, or a few days ago, when the sky was like nice orangey pink, that mysterious oriental or orange pink sky. Yes, that was the color of the sky, and I'm standing on it and I'm sticking to it. Yes. So they bump into me. All of a sudden, my stick and my knapsack and my satchel. Yeah, satchel is more appropriate for these types of traveling adventures. And my satchel along with my balls, with my 9 balls, hits the ground. A little bit of dust goes up, and everybody in the city court hall is now looking perplexed, sipping on thick, small cups of coffee, thick. And again, coffee sipping on people too, so there's a mixed bag. And the dust rises, and you know what happens when the dust rises, man. The dust settles. Fucking A. Classic dust rising and settling. The dust settles. And I'm like, and I look at these guys, these 3.5 guys, 3 red guys, 1. Let's just put it this way. He didn't have the bottom lower of his torso. Okay, just half torsoed man. That's what it's. That's 3.5 men's. But I'll tell you, for a fella missing half a torso, this guy had a mouth on him. Yippity yippity yap yap yap. Yippity yippity yap. Half a torso, dude. I'm like, what is all this animosity coming from, fam? You got half a torso, dude. Don't make me take the other half away, doggy. What's going on? I'm just here to. And they're like, what are you doing in this town? What are you doing in this part of the city? Don't you know that this place, whoever comes through this place, they gotta check in with you, with me, you. They're like, whoever comes in this town first, they gotta check in with you. Check in with us is what they said to me. Yeah, they said that. They're like, you gotta check with us. Check in with us. And I'm like, oh. I'm like, oh. And I said that. I'm like, oh. I don't see any signs that says check in with these guys. I see a lot of local people just walking about having a great time. I see some new tourists just touristing by, and nobody's been checking in or checking out. What is this, a hotel? Because if you got hotels and lodgings, baby boy, with the right price, I might just check in. But you can't just get up on me like that and be like, oh, you got to check in. I'm like, we're checking. Are we playing checkers here? What's going on? Checkmate, motherfucker. I'm ready to go, is what I said inside my head. Outwardly, I was cool, calm, and collected as a cat can be. I'm like, check in? No way. What is a check in? Please do explain yourself. 3.5 men, and this little one was just going, just fucking aggressive. He's like, oh, make him check in. And I was just like, dude, let me figure out what checking in is first, and then we'll get into it. So the other 3 started talking all at the same time, which was fantastic because they would each say a word and complete the sentence. So I had to wait for one of them to talk and the next one to talk and the next one to talk. But each would say a word or a phrase which perfectly fit into a whole sentence, which formed paragraphs, which made logical sense too. At one point I was just like, man, you guys should take this on a road and do something with it. They weren't having any of that, but the gist of it was whoever comes into this town, mysterious oriental town, has to check in with us. I'm like, well, if it's checking in you want, it's checking in you get. If it's checking in you want, it's checking in you get, fam, is what I told them. Straight up. And all of a sudden, again, dust rises. This time without any leading up to just dust rising, and it stood there for a couple of seconds, and everybody saw that. After I said that, if it's checking in you want, it's checking in you get. When I said that, dust rose up again. Cray cray. And it settled, because classic dust. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I was stomping my feet around me just to make it a little bit dusty, because that's what I do when somebody tells me to check in and there's dust particles available. Baby boy, I starts to stomp. But the way I stomp is upper torso intact, not moving whatsoever. Lower torso stomping. I'm stomping ground, baby. I'm stomping ground. Dust everywhere. Next thing you know, the little fella, half a torso, starts sneezing. What did I just cause? Fucking allergic reactions. Why? Because he's so low to the ground. That's why I got the dust to rise up and just as I'm talking, right? Blow like that, right in his nostrils, dude. So he's gone, dude. Watery eyes, red, congested sinuses, he's out to lunch, dude. So that's just, I don't even put hands on this fella. No hands, no feet. Nothing. He had no feet. He had hands, but no feet. Half a torso, if you're paying attention, half a torso gone, missing. I don't know what happened. But that attitude probably didn't help. And the 3 other dudes saw what I just did, and they're like, are you serious? And then I immediately remember my training, and I just reversed it. I'm like, are you serious? And then they're like, are you serious? And I was like, are you guys serious? And then they're like, are you? And I was like, and this went on, right? We're just breathing heavily, all of us. Went on for 3-4 hours. Now it's getting close to sundown, and they're like, we're gonna have to go and settle this. I'm like, let's settle it like men. Let's settle it like men. And that's what I said. And that's man. Next thing you know, I took them all on, all 3 of them, and that half one didn't even count, but the 3 of them, I took them on, right? I took them on, gave him, all of them, a good, I can't disclose all the techniques, but I put it down, and I also put it up. But there were 3 of them, I'm not gonna lie. Did I manhandle them? Of course, dude, of course. But did I lose an arm in this? Yes. Why? Because one of them was just, a nibbler. He was a nibbler. Feisty little fella, medium-sized nibbler fella. They call him the rabid woodpecker, no? No? Beaver, yes, the rabid beaver of unnamed place, right? The rabid beaver. He's now chewing, chewing on that left arm. And I'm like, as I'm fighting off the other 2 with the right hand, dude, typical, right hand, fight off this fella, fight off that fella, this one's nibbling, nibble city, dude. But I'm like, doggy, I want to take care of these 2, and I want to take care of you after I took care of them, and I took care of that guy. But in the meantime, he did chew off the entire left arm, which left me to just, oh man, I was depressed for a little while. I had to visit local dens, regular dens, and then I upgraded to opium dens. And I'm like, what are you guys doing right here? And nobody answered. I'm like, not my scene, dude. Way too low on energy, so I just backed up, dude. I just backed out of this den, moved back into the regular den. I'm like, is there a phone book around here and a telephone that I can make some phone calls, please? And at this point, it's just squirting out blood, right? Squirting out blood, and I'm just like, you all saw what happened. Just, no need to panic. Everything's gooch. We're all good. And meantime, I'm still like losing blood. Oh my god, and it's cray. But I make the phone call to the locals. Helicopter, chopper comes in, dude. Chopper comes in, takes me to another location that one I can't disclose either. But let's just say this, not as mysterious and oriental as the other one. Okay? I get operated on. I go under, dude. They put me under. And isn't that the man? We flew overseas. We went overseas, but we came out under, right? I'm out under now, and I come out of from being under because they put me under. I don't know what under is, dude, but when I came out of it, I was over it. Because that's what you do. When you're under it, you come out on top, you're over it. And I woke up, I'm like feeling like a million bucks stretching. I'm just like, oh yeah, where am I? And I'm just like looking at me, regular arm on the right arm, left arm, bionic arm, dude. Bionic arm. Flashes started going off right in front of me. There was a nurse who had recently bought this cool lava lamp with a extra little feature that you can adjust the lights, and I would just like flash different color lights. You should have seen it, dude. Flashing lights everywhere. And it flashed right in front of me. That's my life. I'm like, what is going on? Could you stop doing that for a second? I said that. Like, middle of something here. Can we focus on, I'm so happy for your lava lamp with the multicolored lights, but if we can't, and it syncs to music too. Man, this lady had the works. But nonetheless, man, I couldn't focus so much on the lights. I had to be like, hey, can we pull it back here? What happened to me arm? She explained the little stitch that I had in that mysterious land. But she's like, yeah, we've operated on you, and now you got this cool bionic arm, so you're good to go. And I'm like, will I still be able to put my dreams, my rod, my balls in a knapsack and travel the world as I used to and hustle and pool? Because I'm a pool hustler. And she looked me straight up and down. She was, man, she talked down to me because she was standing over me, right? I'm on a hospital bed, so she's talking down to me. And she's like, of course, but like in a nice way. Because normally when people talk down to you, it's like, oh man, what is this? But this lady, although she was talking down to me, she was like, no, you'll be back on your feet. I'm like, of course, because my feet are fine, lady. I just got a bionic arm. What about my arm? She's like, yeah, your arm's going to be fine too. I'm like, what about my dreams? What about my rod and my balls and a dream of a table? And she's like, that too can be achieved. It just takes a little bit of time, effort, and practice, and a little bit of rehab. 7.5 months to a good 7.5 years spent on rehab. Did I do it? Of course, because I wanted to be the best. And I went in there every day with my mind thinking, clenching, dude, releasing, clenching, releasing, Can you clench and release? Yeah. Regular. But think about the people who have to think about clenching and releasing so that they could clench and release with their, you just walking around, in your mid-30s with your hot wife, just slapping her ass in the kitchen, clenching, releasing, it's all shits and giggles, right? Oh, try slapping a butt with a metal hand. It's so awkward, dude. God. My wife divorced me for it. That's right. I didn't even mention that I had a wife, did I? I did. And I left her to go pursue my dreams so that I could come back and be like, hey, babes, we're dreaming now together. She left. It was the arm, dude. It was too much. I was gone a lot, and mixed with the whole bionic arm, not a good look for your boy in the love department. But nonetheless, I put everything behind me and in front of me because I only look forward to life. So now I'm there every evening, every morning, I'm in pool halls, dude. I'm in halls, first of all. Random halls. I'm in pools, dude. That's the thing. People are like, what about accessibility? There are tons of rec centers, dude. I was in swimming pools. I was in people's personal pools, backyard pools. Inside those pools too. I was in local university campus pools. In those pools, and I was just trying to work on, again, the rehab took a long time, so you got to just train in water so that you get the flexibility, the agility, and all the range of motion back in your body. Everything, it takes a long time. But after those pools, I started to get back into like regular, like billiard pools, dude, and that's when everything started happening, baby. Oh man, by this time I was probably in my mid-30s, fucking loose as a goose, one bionic arm, and they knew me. They called me, we need a name for this. They called me a robo arm. or Robo Arm. That's right, Robo Arm. Robo Arm. Robo Arm. That's it. They call me Robo Arm, and I roll up to joints too, and I beat, and they'd look at me and they'd be like, "Oh, this guy's only got like one good arm. The other one's like bionic." I'd be like, "Player, rack it up. Rack up these balls. Rack it up. I'm about to break it." Because that's what we do when we play pool. We break the balls. Like, you want to break my balls? Are we breaking balls here? We busting balls here? We nutting here? Not that kind of, no. Take it back a little bit. We busting balls, fam. We breaking balls. You break my balls, I break yours. I'll break, and then if I get one, I'll play. But if I break balls and then I don't get one, and then you play. And that's billiards. That's snooker. That's classic 9-ball billiard snooker. Pool. Oh. Right there. Another one. And I kept on clearing tables and winning championships. And there were, oh man, in the highlights you would have seen me just breaking balls, and like I at one point I got so good at one break, all the balls dispersed into the holes, and instantly there'd be pitchers of beer afloat and chicken wings all over the place, because that's the crowd that I travel with, a posse of beer chugging, chicken wing eating sons and daughters of bitches. That's, we did it, but we did it once, and we did it for the love of the game. We didn't do it for the money. We didn't do it for the glory of it. We didn't do it for, oh, let me put my name on the charts. Let me put my name on the table. Let me get my name etched in the side of a tree. Oh, let me put my name. Let me etch my name in a tree and draw a little heart around it and put my lover's name also in that heart in hopes of it to last forever. None of that, dude. This is pure balls, pure rod, one man, one rod, many balls, and a table, and a mutual communal table. What you know about that communal table, son? Because that's what it is. You give me 4 corners and about 4 to 6 holes, 4 to 8 holes. How many holes is? I know how many holes I got. I know how many holes. You know how many holes you got. You know what I mean? I know how many corners this table's got, baby. 4 corners. All the 4 corners. Yes. And pockets. That's what we call them. And I'd call it too. I'd call it, dude. Sometimes I'd call it. I'd just be like, ball in that pocket, and I'd point. And sometimes I'd wind up my rod. I wouldn't even look, dude. I'd just be like, that one, and I break in the pocket, dude. Sinking right then. And sometimes people, like, I'm all like power. I'm all like, doesn't look it, but like one little, it's all about like hit and release, dude. It's when you hit it and release it, you gotta just like make contact with it's a whole thing. It's physics, it's biology, it's chemistry. It's a game of, can you handle the pressure? Can you handle that? And that's what it is, baby. So one bionic arm, a bunch of diseases picked up and also left off in a far land in the distance, in the not so distant past future. And look at that, I came to, sure, did my marriage fall apart? Absolutely. That's what it is, baby. But we made it. We made that story. We absolutely, definitely lost that one arm. But nonetheless, just because it's bionic doesn't mean it doesn't work, baby. You know what I mean? Just because it's bionic don't mean it doesn't work. Matter of fact, it works a little bit better than the regular arms. What's up? And now you're like, oh man, I want a bionic arm. Hold on a sec. Playa, hold on a sec. I just want to let you know that this entire story it's fiction, dude. I know. It is. You're looking at me, you're like, everything you said sounds extremely plausible. And I'm like, I know. And you're looking at my arm, you're like, that is a bionic arm. I know. Was it for realsies? Was it for shits and giggles? Combination of both, you say. Dare I say we've had a great time? Dare I say that we went off and ventured into uh, lands far into the unknown? Did we stumble upon a few scenarios where, oh, trials and tribulations of life, were we tested as men and women? Of course. It's always good to get tested. Every 6 months, as if you're sleeping around, it's good to get tested. Or, or you wait long enough, it's like anything you did have, it's pretty much cured by now. So, you know what I mean? Again, nothing clears out this. I've said it once, I'll say it again. Nothing clears out the old system like a good cycle of cranberry juice. And again, if it's still burning, see your local medical practitioner. But at the same rate, family, that's, again, what kind of person do you want to be? Do you want to be a soft baby who's like, oh, a little bit of smoke in my face, cough, cough, Or do you want to be a baby who grows up and goes off into the jungles, into the lands that are unknown, and picks up a couple of random people to mingle with and gets in a little bit of a, do you not want to be in a little bit of a bar scrap of sorts, a little coffee shop / hookah bar scrap of sorts? I leave all these questions to you. And sure, this happened to me. I lost an arm, I got a bionic arm, and everything worked out. And you're like, man, is this any way I should be leading my life? And no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. But yes, if you want to have a good time, not gonna lie to you, that's what you do. If you want to have a good time. If you want to be like, oh, I want to live to 100, okay, boring, If you want to live fast, or you want to live with a good speed, okay? You don't want it too fast, but you don't want it too slow. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, look at me, I'm 1,000 years old. All I do is eat carrots and drink the carrot juice. It's like, good for you, okay? We, on the other hand, drink thick coffee, black coffee. I've seen people lose an eye trying to just use a straw to just suck out thick coffee, dude. What kind of coffee are you drinking? That's soft coffee? Coffee used to be hard. Now people are like, oh, I don't even chew my coffee anymore. Are you even doing coffee right? Is what I'm saying. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, where can you find these videos? Every Monday, every Wednesday, every Friday. That's 3 days a week. Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. Follow me on YouTube. Subscribe on YouTube. Follow me on Instagram. You can follow me on YouTube too. This is like, subscription is the same as the follow. Okay, let's not like, there's not a discrepancy. If you're following on Instagram, you can follow on YouTube. You can subscribe on YouTube. It helps your boy. It's for free. You get all these beautiful videos 3 times a week up in your headspace. So to provide you with what you ask: entertainment, joy, laughter, life remedies, poor advice, poor life advice. Do you want poor life advice? Do you want to make poor choices? You come sit down right here. Do you want to have some fun? You come sit down here. You want to forget about your responsibilities for about an hour? You come sit down right here, dude. Sit on this face. Wait. Don't sit on my face. Well, I'm not going to tell you what to do with my... Once the video is uploaded and it's on your phone or on your laptop, you do with it whatever you want. If you want to sit on my... You're sitting on your laptop. You're sitting on your phone. That's your call. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. But what I'm trying to say is that we have fun around here, and you can help your boy out by subscribing on YouTube. The show is called Gladyamdeit. I'm your boy Rob Sadri. Again, we're growing. We're doing this together. It's a communal thing. It takes all of us to mango. It takes all of us to mango. And I wish you all a happy Wednesday. I hope you enjoyed this silly little story. And we're going to be having more fun. We're going to be getting out. We're going to be doing more. We're always going to be doing more, because that's what we do around here. We don't do less. I've never done less. I can't even do less. But that's just me. And I love you. And I know you guys are like that. You gals are out like that too. You're just doing more of the good. So, I know that story was filled with adrenaline and rush. Your asshole is probably a little bit wet. Not gonna lie, you got swamp ass right now, because that's what happens when you're in a good story and you're like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, I'm telling you this story, it means everything worked out at the end of the day. If I'm telling you the story just because I got into a little brawl and God knows where with 3.5 men, doesn't mean that it doesn't end well, doesn't mean that it's not a happy ending. And if I have to give everybody in here happy endings to make sure that we end on happy endings, my goodness, my God, my gosh, good golly gee. I'll leave you guys to it. Have fun, talk about it. See you guys back here again on Friday. Peace out.